Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee, where me and Mugsley have decided to visit you guys for a little while and check in with you and see how everybody is doing. So we're about mid-February, and for a good portion of the beginning of February, I had a terrible cold. Now, I went to the clinic, and at first they were like, well, it seems to be an upper respiratory infection. You seem to be on the back end of it. We're just going to give you this one steroid shot. We'll send you on your way. Well, I must have been on the front end of it instead of the back end of it, because about 2 or 3 days later, it just got progressively worse. So I had to end up going back, getting 2 more shots and a Z-Pack or some antibiotics. And now I can honestly say I am feeling 100% better. Now my voice is not fully back. I'm still a little bit nasally, so I don't know if I sound different to you guys. I sound different to myself inside my head, but that is neither here nor there, I suppose. So this is a mid-February sort of check-in sort of episode. We are just in general seeing how everyone's doing, talking about how we're doing with our goals so far, as well as I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about my secondary channel, which is called Coffee, Books, and Rain. And the reason I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it is I know I've mentioned it, but that is where all of my literary content is going to be from now on. Now, I may from time to time mention my book podcast, Books Are Magical, but most of my actual episodes regarding books that I'm reading and things of that nature, literary lists, and those sorts of fun things that I kind of run across are going to end up on that channel because I wanted to have a place to be able to house all of my literary content. If you see behind me, I've got a ton of books that are going to be coming up on those different episodes, and I just got done recording a couple episodes for that channel because today is really a perfect day to record for Coffee, Books, and Rain. And not only do I have a cup of coffee, as you guys have seen, I have tons of books that I love getting physical copies for books. I feel like a physical copy of a book is the best thing in the world to be able to kind of see your physical progress as you work your way through the books, to flip that next page, to see what's going to happen next, to try to not dive to the very end of the book and see what's going to happen in the end. But also it's kind of like your visual progress bar as well. And I have like some bookshelves in my living room that pretty much encompass kind of my living room. I was once told that my apartment reminds them of like the Ravenclaw common room. So I don't know if you're kind of getting that vibe from this particular corner over here. This is just sort of my recording corner, but I do try to make it cozy. But this is the general vibe throughout most of my apartment, is kind of cozy literary vibe. And but anyway, it is also kind of rainy and messy outside. I do not plan on going anywhere today. It is Super Bowl Sunday, but I cannot even tell you who's playing. I do want to kind of give a little shout out. Here's my hoodie. That's Coffee, Hope and Coffee for this particular channel. I haven't yet created any merchandise for Coffee, Books, and Rain yet, but this one is available on my Store Envy account if anyone is interested in a cup of hope and coffee, as well as some merchandise that is geared more towards the pups. So if y'all happen to hear any chewing in the background, I gave them some it's not rawhide, it's the bully sticks. They love those, and so if you hear any of that in the background, it is them, because I can hear it pretty loudly. Anyway, to continue with today's episode and the check-in, we are, like I said, about midway through February. If today was Super Bowl Sunday, then you kind of already know what day it is. And I feel like I'm doing pretty well. So one of the goals I set for myself at the beginning of this month was to work towards not spending money frivolously, to actually only try to buy groceries pet related things such as pet food or pet medication or pet snacks as needed, but not to try to like bulk buy these things, because I found that I had a lot of things that I wasn't using up before I was going out and buying more. So at the beginning of this month, I set myself a goal to try not to buy anything that I felt I could actually, I guess, hang on, I've got this little hair. What is this little piece doing? I don't know. There. Anyway, to try not to buy anything that I actually have plenty of. Now, that can be anything from like face wash to foundation to I've got plenty of groceries. I didn't need any clothes. The only thing I did allow myself to purchase was a couple of books for myself, but I needed those not only for the podcast, but I needed them for my other book podcast or book channel as well, because I could either audiobook them or I could buy the physical book. And so I kind of always look at the price to see, well, how much is the audiobook and then how much is the physical book, and then I kind of gauge it from there. Also, depending on how much time I may have as well. Well, I have done really great so far, so I feel really proud of myself. I also think my mom is coming into town next weekend, so I did a whole bunch of cleaning, which helps me not get out of the house and go purchase anything. I will probably end up having to buy some groceries this weekend as well, just to have some food so she doesn't think I'm starving. But I'm not starving. I've got plenty of chicken, beef, beans, like lentils, some veggies. I've got tons of broccoli, lima beans. I've got some spinach in there, some butternut squash. So I've got plenty of food. So it's just putting them together. I've already meal prepped for the week, and I feel really good about that. I've got my breakfast meal prepped. I've got my lunches meal prepped, and my dinners are they're pretty much easy to make in the kitchen. So that was a goal of mine, and I feel really great about how that's going so far this month. I don't know. I don't know if you've got any sort of financial goals yourself that you're working towards, but that was one of mine for the month. I have been reading nonstop and have probably consumed about 12 to 15 books so far. I know that sounds like a lot, but I am physical books with audiobooks, and I was sick, so I was stuck in bed for quite a few days, not being able to do too much. Watching TV kind of started triggering my migraines, so I ended up just reading, which helps with my migraines because there's, it's not constantly moving, it's not just background noise. And I've been trying to take a bit of a step away from like too much social media. I'm toying with going back to one of the dating apps after Valentine's Day. I did not want to get on a dating app before Valentine's Day. I thought that would be a terrible idea, because everybody, the first thing they say is, what are you looking for? What do you look for in a guy? And it's interesting because just talk to me, and I think through the course of a conversation, we'll be able to get to those things, right? So I'm just wondering if I really want to put myself through it. I was toying with the idea of what I might put for a bio, because I would probably recreate like my bio or my profile again on one of them. But for the most part, one of my thoughts was that I want to be upfront and honest with, I am not looking for a sugar daddy. I am not looking for someone to pay my bills. I am happy to split the cost of food. Or pick up the check every once in a while. I don't mind. I make pretty decent money in my day job. That is not a problem. This is not my day job. I make no money doing this whatsoever. But also, like, I'm not looking to be a mom in any capacity either. So that's probably something I need to put on there for people here in Alabama as well. I need to make it kind of pretty clear up front that pretty much the only mom I will be is to some fur kids. And if they have fur kids, that's fine. But I have no real good maternal instincts when it comes to human kids. And I am looking more for a partner rather than anything, and I am not looking to rush because it is not that serious. You're gonna, like, it's going to have to feel right for me to even think of a long-term relationship. So when it asks me what am I looking for, it's hard to define. It really is, because if I tell you I'm looking for long-term, I mean, I could be looking for long-term, but the thing is I don't know until I've met you or them. I mean, I guess a lot of this is going to refer to them. I don't know until I've met them and visited them and hung out with them if I would like to keep them in my life or not. I think like the ultimate goal would always be to try to find someone who would fit in my life on a long-term basis. But I don't want to push it too hard. Some people will come into your life for specific reasons. I've had a couple people come into my life for specific reasons. I think we're just learning. I needed to learn something either about myself or about them, about something I did or didn't want. And sometimes they're very hard lessons, but learning nonetheless. But anyway, I wanted to come in here, check with you guys. This is Valentine's Day week, but I want you to take care of you. Self-care is the most important form of love. Once you love yourself, I think that is amazing and wonderful. I hope you have someone in your life who loves and supports you in some way, whether it be family, friends, or a special significant other. I think love knows no bounds, and that we all should have someone we can call when we need just someone to talk to. And I hope you have that in your life. And if you would like, leave a comment down below on who that person is for you. I would love to know who is your go-to phone call. I'm not talking a get out of jail call. I am just calling like when it's a hard day, when it's a hard whatever it may be. Who is the person that you text, or who is the person you want to text? Who is that first person you want to share a joy, or share a sadness, or to share a regret with? Who is that first person? For me, a lot of my friends are really some of the strongest, most capable people I know, and I love them to dearly for it, because I can text them and just kind of vent, and usually they will do the same for me. Like if they need to vent, I will be there for them in all of that capacity. And I love them for it. I do not mitigate the amount of love I have for them. I will always say that I love them dearly. Every single one of them is absolutely valuable in my life. And if you've come across my life, if you have been in my life in any way, in real life or I guess online, you are also loved in every capacity that is possible. So please go out there, take care of yourself, have a very good week, and I will see you all on the next page. Have a great one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.